Good afternoon, investors. This is TeamTrack. My name is Jae and this is my co-worker Kyung. We are here to deal with the fundamental problem of the team project scoring. Let's meet Professor Yoo Jung, a 42-year-old professor at Korean University teaching international energy policy. Like most modern educators, he values teamwork, but every grading season he faces a painful dilemma. With a four-people team, individual efforts vary drastically. One student carries the team while another completely relies. He wants to reward them fairly, but his only tool is a subjective peer review survey, which usually turns into a popularity contest. Lacking, ex- Lacking objective evidence, Professor Zhou had to make a heartbreaking compromise. He deliberately minimized the grading rate of the project just to avoid endless student complaints and grade appeals. He is fully aware of the inequality, but powerless to prove it. He doesn't want a complex platform that forces students to change their tools. He needs an unquestionable black box that tracks the truth dynamically. To save his grading integrity and bring fairness back to the classroom, we built TeamTrack. To understand the broad reality, we interviewed a university TA managing intensive project courses. What we discovered was a complete breakdown of legacy evaluation driven by three critical factors. First, severity, resulting in 0% utility. Top institutions still rely on traditional peer review surveys, but the data is broken. Due to peer pressure and friendship bias, students give everyone nearly identical scores, flattening the data and losing all grading utility. Second, loss of 10-hour administrative grade. Aggregating paper surveys takes a full working day, wasting nearly 10 hours of valuable time just to score meaningless points. Third, a macro shift, the Gen AI exploded. Free writers can now generate complex reports via ChatGPT or Gemini and copy-paste them into shared workspaces in seconds. Traditional metrics looking purely at low volume like word count or edit frequencies are completely corrupted by these artificial inflations. As you can see, classrooms are drowning in subjective noise and artificial volume. Higher education desperately needs an objective automated data feed. This is exactly why we engineered TeamTrack. To solve this structural failure, we engineered TeamTrack, the fair evaluation engine for team projects. Our team brings absolute fairness to the classroom through a simple three-step workflow. First, step one is a monthly invitation. At the start of the semester, the professor or TA simply invites TeamTrack into the student's Google Shared Drive via email. No complex university IT integration or administrative approval is required. Second, step two is sign-up tracking. For students, there is zero behavior change. They collaborate exactly as they always do, while TeamTrack runs silently in the background, automatically aggregating collaboration logs every single day. Third, step three is a quantified report. By the end of the semester, faculty receive a 100% objective unionless contribution dashboard. Professors now possess unquestionable empirical evidence to back up grades, dropping disputes to zero and instantly saving more than 10 hours of exhausting grade appeals. Now the question is, how can our engine turn chaotic activity logs into clean, ungameable contribution data? Let us reveal the algorithmic magic behind our defensive mode in the next slide. Now let us reveal the underlying algorithmic magic that gives TeamTrack its unfair advantage and how we protect our intellectual property. To address a question from our last presentations regarding how we retrieve Google Logs, we have included the technical details at the bottom of the slide. As seen on the left, TeamTrack's core engine tracks four precise digital dimensions: focus time, volumetric data, text retention, and collaboration frequency. Through rigorous street modeling, we mathematically calibrated our weights heuristic. By prioritizing frequency and retention, we completely neutralize change shortcuts. An abuser attempting ghost typing, which is typing and deleting meaningless text to inflate time is instantly stopped because their text retention drops to zero. A free rider trying last-minute AI text is immediately blocked because their collaboration frequency remains near zero. To score high, students must show multi-day consistent collaboration that actually survives the critical editing of the team. Our core architecture will be filed under a patent, while exact tuning coefficients will be secured as a trade secret. This unique architecture allows us to establish clear differentiation of our global prior art shown in the right. First, while Microsoft's patent tracks basic activity logs to identify static contributors, TeamTrack applies a proprietary team-related normalization algorithm to isolate true academic grading equity related to the team averages. Second, while the industry benchmark CATME relies 100% on subjective corrected peer surveys, TeamTrack achieves absolute zero human bias by extracting objective survey-free empirical metrics. Third, while Box INC protects enterprise parameters under a US patent application, it is limited to its own platform and linked to classroom cheating. TeamTrack's educational engine is built specifically to contextualize and protect academic collaboration within Google Workspace. Now that we have proven our unbreakable technique modes, let's see how big this market opportunity really is. Rejecting the typical top-down fantasy, we built a mathematically valid bottom-up time sum model rooted on entirely in a real university course data. First, our total addressable market is 150,000 courses. The total number of academic classes open annually across all four-year universities in South Korea. Second, we filtered this down to our SAM, the reachable market of 30,000 courses. These are project-heavy, collaborative classes that strictly mandate cloud networks like Google Spaces, meaning TeamTrack can seamlessly plug in via webhooks on day one. Finally, our critical focus is our SOM, the realistic beachhead market of 1,000 courses, representing engineering and capstone design courses within the top 10 metropolitan universities. We chose this specific segment because capstone courses have the highest grading stakes, severe free riders, conflicts, and busy professors drowning in grade appeals right now. We are starting exactly where the pain hurts the most. By capturing these 1,000 capstone courses this upcoming semester, TeamTrack will establish an accessible data footprint and monopolize the grading infrastructure from the ground up.
Now, let us explain how we make money. We have two revenue models. The first is a course license. Universities can use TeamTrack for 350,000 won per course per semester. The second is the department license. Department can adopt TeamTrack for 5 million won per year. We also designed a B2B2C strategy. We start with pilot programs led by individual professors, then expand to departments and CTLs. This allows us to scale naturally within universities. Our pricing is based on real customer feedback. Through a TA interview, we found that collecting peer evaluation results and applying them to grading takes about one full day of administrative work. We also learned that the scores are often very similar, making them less useful for grading. Considering the time spent by professors and TAs, the cost of this work can easily reach several 100,000 won per course. Therefore, TeamTrack is priced based on the value it creates through grading, automation, and improved fairness. In short, 50,000 won is a reasonable price if it can replace more than a full day of administrative work. Finally, our variable cost is only 20,000 per course. This gives us a contribution margin of 330,000 won and a margin rate of 94.3%. As a result, TeamTrack combines strong profitability with a scalable B2B2C business model. Next, we would like to explain how TeamTrack differs from existing solutions. CADME is a popular survey-based peer evaluation tool used by many universities. However, CADME fundamentally relies on self-evaluations and peer evaluations submitted by students. In contrast, TeamTrack analyzes actual collaboration data generated through platforms such as Google Workspace. In other words, CADME measures how students evaluate each other, while TeamTrack measures what students actually do. Therefore, the key question is not who offers a lower price. The real question is who provides more trustworthy evidence. By analyzing real collaboration logs, TeamTrack offers objective evidence of contribution, and our pricing is designed to reflect that value. For market expansion, we plan to begin with engineering design and capstone courses, then expand to department level adoption, and ultimately partner with CTLs to scale across universities. To date, we have completed customer validation through TA interviews and developed a prototype dashboard. So, why are we the right team to solve this problem? Our team combines two essential capabilities, market understanding and technical execution. I experienced the fairness issues of team project evaluations firsthand and have been leading customer interviews and market validation efforts. Based on these insights, I defined the problem and shaped the overall business direction of TeamTrack. My teammate, Jeo Kim, is responsible for data engineering and algorithm development. He is building the core contribution scoring engine by integrating and analyzing collaboration logs from multiple platforms. In short, TeamTrack brings together someone who deeply understands the problems and someone who can technically solve it. We believe this combination is our greatest strength. Next, let us discuss our financial plan. Rather than focusing on aggressive growth projections, we prioritize realistic sustainability. Our initial cost is about 5.8 million won. As mentioned earlier, the contribution margin per course is about 330,000 won. This means we can reach break even with only 18 paid courses. In other words, securing around 20 courses would already allow us to become profitable. Based on this model, we aim to secure 20 courses in first year, 60 courses in second year, and 150 courses in third year. We believe this growth path enables sustainable expansion without requiring excessive investment. Finally, we would like to present our funding request. We are seeking 50 million won in seed funding. The funding will be allocated as follows: 50% for our algorithm improvement and patent development, 30% for pilot programs and sales activities, and 20% for infrastructure and cloud services. Over the next 12 months, our goal is to further develop the product, acquire early customers, and secure more than 20 paid courses. We do not see TeamTrack as simply another peer evaluation tool. Our vision is to build a trustworthy contribution measurement infrastructure for higher education. Thank you for listening.